Welcome back, everybody. My name is BluJay, and we are back once again on the Unity SMP, ready for another episode today. Now, I just got word that we might have been pranked. They said, "Hey BluJay, you probably should be recording right when you log in today," and so that's what we are doing now. Now, I'm in my house right now, and I don't see anything out of the ordinary, but we're gonna step outside here in just a second and see what we have waiting for us. Now, I had some other plans for today's episode, and I think we're going to put those on hold because this person who pranked us, they might need some retaliation. We might need to counter-prank in today's episode, and I think that's what we're going to do. So let's go take a look and see what we've got waiting for us, and then we'll decide what we're going to do in return. Let's go check it out. Who does this person think that he is to think that he can put an axe in our tree and try to chop it down? This is our home. And you think that you can come into my home? And you think that you can try to cut it to the ground? I don't think so, buddy. I know who did this. I saw the tweets on Twitter. I saw the posts. I even saw the thumbnail of this person's video. Now, it didn't include this, because I think they wanted to keep it a surprise for their episode, and if you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. I'm about to go watch it myself. But oh my goodness, this thing looks awesome. Enough of the, pretend anger right now. We're not actually mad. This is pretty sweet. I know a lot of you guys suggested this from the beginning as, like, a feature for my house, and I didn't actually, think that it would look good as far as the style of our house goes, but for a prank, this is flawless. This is perfect. How do we get around here? You know what? Let's just chop this out. We'll put it back in just a second. But good grief. DrJimJim, he's the one that did this. If you haven't seen the episode yet, go take a look at it. I'm going to go watch it here in just a minute myself. But this is on point. Great job. Now, I'm going to have to really brainstorm and think about what I want to do in retaliation, because we're going to get him back. We're going to do something to prank him back, and it's not going to be anything mean. It's going to be nice, but pranks are fun. That's why, we do this kind of thing on a multiplayer server, is to have fun and just poke fun at each other. So let me go watch his episode real quick, and I'll start thinking about what I'm going to do while I'm watching that. I'll be right back. So guys, check this out. I've got this skeleton horse trapped in here inside of our little log area. I found him wandering outside and decided, you know what, we're going to keep this guy. Now, I couldn't find any of my saddles. Yep, there's not any in there. But I got creepered and some of my chests got damaged, so I think we may have lost our saddles if they were inside those chests. But there's a slot there. I think that's for a saddle, so I think we can ride that guy, and we're going to keep him. He's not tameable because there were no hearts or anything, so I think somebody either already tamed him or it's just not a tameable animal. And why can't I get through? Oh, come on. Use your brain here. We need to take this fence post out. Okay, so we're blocking this area off because we don't want him to escape. We want to keep him, and I don't have any leads right now, but we'll tie him up a little bit later. And whoa. Where do you think you're going? Let's back up that fence a little bit, because I didn't realize there was a little log there that he could jump on. So we're going to keep this guy, we're going to get a saddle, and maybe we'll ride him around on some adventures a little bit later. If you got a name for this guy, what should I name my skeleton horse? I'd love to hear your feedback. So anyway, moving on, what we are going to do, I've finished watching DrJimJim's video, and you should definitely go check it out. It's a good one. That guy is really funny. He has a great personality, great sense of humor, and I really appreciated, getting pranked by him, and we're going to give him something back equally as epic. And the nice thing about this is he's going to be able to keep a lot of these resources for himself. I own a log shop and lumber store kind of thing, and he's basically getting a bunch of inventory for free because we're going to chop down a bunch of trees, and I'll tell you what we're going to do in a little bit when we get over there. So I'm going to gather up some of these logs, and we'll get over and start pranking DrJimJim over at his house. It's time for a little bit of payback. Speaking of DrJimJim once again, I watched one of his videos recently, and I know that he went over to my store and purchased a stack of logs. And I noticed in that episode that there was already a diamond sitting in the chest right next to the one that he purchased. I'm not sure who purchased that. It might have been xDarkAbsolute. I think he's the only other one on the server right now. Let me tell you why. Everybody else is on 1.2 right now, so it's just a few of us on the realm right now, and everybody's going to be coming back once 1.2 releases, so don't worry, they haven't left. They're coming back. So we'll go ahead and restock that real quick and check these out. I think that's the only sale that we've made. Yeah, okay, and I don't have anything in there. Let's run on back over here. Alright, so if you don't know, DrJimJim lives over the hill this direction, and look, another skeleton horse just kind of wandering around. I've seen a few of these guys wandering around spawn, and I'm kind of worried that they're going to turn into the horsemen of the apocalypse kind of thing when lightning strikes. I don't know how that works. Do skeleton horses stop doing that once they have spawned and it's not thunderstorming? I don't know. I don't know how that whole thing works, but let me know if you guys know in the comments section how those horsemen with the skeleton riders and all of that works. I've seen it a few times, but they're looking just like skeleton horses. So let me tell you what we're going to do. We're going to dig out a little section right here, and we are going to get to the root of this problem right now. I don't know why he chose to prank me and put an axe in the top of my house, but we're going to get to the root of the problem, like I just said. We're actually going to build some roots. So if you think about it, my tree, it's been chopped down already, maybe in a lightning storm, maybe it fell over a long time ago because it's just been old and rotted out, and, you know, that happens with trees once in a while. So if you think about it, a tree that would be massively tall like it is scaled to be would have really, really long roots as well that might even wander themselves on over this direction towards his house. And so, you know, my house has feelings, and it's really sad that DrJimJim decided to, you know, poke an axe in its top. It wasn't very nice. So he decided that he was going to branch out a little bit. Pun intended. Oh my goodness, the puns are great today. The root of the problem and branching out and all of that fun stuff. So basically what we're doing is we're gonna pretend like our tree got angry and extended its roots, and it's infiltrating his house and just kind of taking over the area. And it's perfect too, because his house isn't finished yet. I don't know if he's gonna be working on this sometime soon. I know he took a break to do that bridge back behind his house, and it looks pretty sweet as well. But this is the ideal situation because his house isn't finished yet, so we're not doing any damage to it. And it could have that overgrown feel and make it look like the house got, you know, a little bit broken into by our roots here. So I'm going to place a lot of these roots down, and something I wanted to talk to you guys about while we're doing this is the new format for Minecon this year. Now, if you guys don't know what that is, Minecon is basically the convention that Minecraft has put on for a number of years now, where people get together and Minecraft YouTubers come and you can meet them and you can see presentations and features and things that, you know, might be sneak peeks at stuff coming out down the road, and, you know, little panels here and there of different, you know, YouTubers and stuff like that. So I've actually never been, but I've seen different clips on YouTube from the convention and just little, you know, Twitter posts and stuff like that. So it looks like a lot of fun, and I, you know, think that it would be pretty fun to go to, but they changed the format this year to where it's not actually a traditional convention in any sense. It's more of an online live stream kind of thing. And the format basically now is anybody can go because it's at your house. It's free. You can watch it online and you don't have to pay a thing for it, which I think is incredible because there are a lot of people, whoa, fell off the house there. Let's go run back out and get back up on the roof. There's a lot of people that couldn't go because it's, you know, too far away and they can't pay for the travel, or the cost of the convention itself is out of reach for any particular person, or whatever the reason might be that somebody can't go to the convention, they've made it more accessible to a lot more people. But I know some of the really committed fans of Minecraft, I think a lot of those types of people are a little upset about it because they wanted to be able to go to, you know, a convention, and it's not happening in the traditional sense anymore. It's a live stream, and now you can still get all of like the goodies and stuff that you would get there. You have to pay for them, and they'll send them to your house as part of like the convention package kind of thing that you would normally get if you paid to go to the convention. But the content that they're going to be like putting out on the live stream, that's all free, so anybody can watch it. From that standpoint, I think it's pretty cool because I've never been before, and I haven't really been able to go before, but it'll be fun to watch it. I'm kind of a nerd like that. I recently watched the Apple iPhone update convention thing, whatever that's called. Announcement. Reveal. That's what it's called. The iPhone reveal. And I like watching that kind of stuff because I like getting the insider information and just watching what new things are coming out. And that's why I like things like Minecon, because they do all of these announcements, and I like the Gamescom kind of stuff and the E3. I watch the different presentations that, at least for the games that I'm interested in, like, you know, Minecraft and Star Wars Battlefront and different games like that. I watched those presentations this year. That's not looking too bad. And so I want to know what you guys thought about that. Are you going to watch it if you've never been to the convention before? Or if you've been to the convention before, are you upset that it's not being held in a traditional sense? Will you still participate? Are you going to purchase like the goodie bag kind of stuff where you can get the things that you might have gotten at the actual convention if you were to go? What's your take on that? I would love to hear what you guys think, because I don't really have an opinion on it myself, just because I've never been. So I think I'll watch it. I think I'll, you know, take a look and see what there is, because I do like to watch that kind of stuff, but I want to know what you guys think. Let me do a little more work, and we'll keep going on this together. Okay, guys, I got some work done, and we raised the beginning of that root up just a little bit to give it a little bit more height early on, and we put some dirt mounds at the base of these roots to make it look like they pushed their way out of the ground angrily and threw the dirt to the side, and it just makes it look a little bit more realistic as they kind of infiltrate the house here. And something else we're going to do is we're going to plop down these leaves just kind of at random, just to match the design of our house. And, you know, I don't think roots necessarily have leaves on them, so it's not going for realism, it's going for texture and design. And maybe it's like vines growing on it. And no, we're not going to use actual vines because, you know, they're a little bit of a pain to get going in the correct direction you want them to go in a, you know, quick time frame. We're not looking to work on this project for a long time. We just want to do something real quick here. We want it to look nice and be textured and detailed because we want our prank to be, you know, something memorable for DrJimJim, and we are still welcoming him to the realm. He's still a relatively new member. He's already put out, I think, 4 or 5 something episodes on Unity, which is awesome because he's just cranking this stuff out. He's putting out a lot of really great content, and if you haven't gone and subscribed to his channel yet, definitely go do that. I think you'll enjoy his style of videos as well. He puts a lot of like sense of humor into his videos, and it's fun to watch. So go check his videos out if you've got the chance and the time. So something about the dirt mounds that we put in around the base of the roots on the ground back, you know, where the roots are coming out, it's not exactly how I want it to look, and hopefully he'll get to record and see it before the grass grows, because I want it to look like dirt, which it is right now, but the grass is going to grow on top of that eventually. Makes me really sad that 1.2 is not out yet, because coarse dirt could be an awesome feature for this kind of a prank. And quite honestly, for our log over by our treehouse. And that's something I've been waiting on for a little while now, and I'm not, you know, trying to say I'm impatient or think that the developers should rush a release, because I definitely don't think they should do that, nor would they. They don't tend to do that, especially now that Microsoft is the owner of the company. they definitely take their time to make sure that everything is right before they release it. And, you know, they don't really give out release dates anymore, especially because the last time that they did, a problem happened that was out of their control. It was with Apple, unfortunately, and Apple is pretty strict with their policies as well. It was when they were releasing the Minecraft Marketplace, and it took a little bit of extra time to get approved. And I think there was a little bit of a holdup there, and so Android actually got the release, and Windows 10 as well, I believe. They got the release like 5 or 6 days before Apple got the release. And I was a little frustrated, not at anybody in particular, just frustrated at the situation, because I'm like, oh man, they usually release this at the same time for everybody. Why didn't they do that? And it wasn't their fault. It was, you know, something that happened, I think, at Apple that just got mixed up, and it finally released and all of that, but that's why they don't give release dates anymore. And they actually said that on Twitter. Some of their developers, they said, you know, we're not going to do this anymore. It'll come out when it comes out. And I understand that. And, you know, hopefully we'll hear some news soon. I posted something on Twitter earlier today, and it's actually yesterday for you guys watching this. Or if you're watching this a long time in the future, don't worry about the days. But I posted something on Twitter to mention that, you know, there's some different signs and things that the release is coming soon. But I'm not an insider. I don't know any information. I just kind of watch for the things that they normally do right around the time of a release, and, you know, come to expect it's probably coming soon. So I'm thinking hopefully it'll be sometime next week if I had to guess, but don't count me on that. Don't take my word for that, because I absolutely have no information to prove that that's true. That's just my guess. So don't get mad if it doesn't come out next week. That's just my guess. I'm thinking it probably will, but we'll see. We'll see. So I'm hoping that comes out sometime soon, because there's a lot of really great stuff in there that I would love to get my hands on, like that coarse dirt and those rockets and the stained glass. And to be honest, I'm really itching to start my single-player series back up. I've got some pretty cool designs built in my creative testing world, and I've got loads of ideas. I've got probably 20 or 30 episodes worth of notes written out for the single-player series. Wow, that is looking amazing. This whole area is looking overgrown and just completely taken over by the tree. This is exactly the look that I'm going for. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to starting my single-player series back up. Got a ton of ideas for stuff that we could do. And the first season ended pretty abruptly, quite honestly. And I know some of you guys have left comments about, hey, I know how to fix your world. You don't have to delete it. You don't have to start over. Well, we've already kind of gone down that road, and so to go back now doesn't make sense. And I've already done some work to design ideas for a new base and a new theme and all of that. So I don't think going back is a good idea. And furthermore, I wouldn't anyways, because it's not just the fact that the world was corrupted, it's the fact that some of the new stuff, such as ravines, they wouldn't be necessarily accessible anywhere nearby my base area, because I've done quite a bit of exploring over the time that I had that single-player season going, and it would just be a little frustrating not to be able to access that stuff or have to travel really far away to find it. And furthermore, the Woodland Mansion was corrupted. It gave me nothing. There were no evokers, I believe they're called, so I had no totem, and the loot was pretty shameful. I was not happy with the result of that mission. So hopefully in Season 2, our world won't be bugged out and we'll be able to access the stuff that we're hoping for. So I plan to do all those kinds of adventures again. I want to fight the Ender Dragon. I want to fight the Wither. I want to fight all of the bosses that are available. Go to the Ocean Monument and go to the Woodland Mansion and find some jungle temples maybe. We never found a jungle in the last season. I want to find a mesa. I want to find all of the things that there are to find. And that's stuff that I want to do on here as well, but it's a little different. I can't just go at my own pace. We've got to wait on some of the other players to do that. And so I want to have those conversations. I haven't had those conversations yet with anybody. Everybody's been kind of on a break for the time being until 1.2 releases, but hopefully we'll be able to fight the Ender Dragon together on here sometime and do all of those kinds of things as well. Guys, that is looking awesome. I think we're pretty much done with this prank. I'm going to grab some signs and we'll write out a little note for DrJimJim, and then we'll move on to the final thing that we're going to do for today's episode. I'll be right back. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry about my tree. You know, he gets a little upset sometimes. He is upset because someone got him with an axe. He wanted to get to the root of the problem. I will talk to him. Okay, there you go, DrJimJim. Hope you enjoy your prank. Hope you enjoy your free logs and leaves. Enjoy. Alright, so the last thing that I want to do today is a little bit of mining. This was a suggestion that a couple of you guys made in the comment section recently that you'd like to see some mining, and so we're going to do a little bit of branch mining today. We're not going to go caving because I don't want to go too far from where we're at, and look, we've already found some gold. This is not how I branch mine, this is just how I set up a new branch. If you've never seen this before, I always go 2 blocks over from the previous branch mine on both sides. Oh, and it looks like I've found something there a little earlier. But I always go 2 blocks over from the previous branch mine just so that we're not overlapping our mining areas. And more than likely, we could go 3 blocks away. I know that's some people's preference is to go 3 blocks distance between branch mines because they think, hey, any veins of ores will probably, you know what, let's go this way. Any veins of ores that you would find like coal or iron or stuff like that will probably overlap past 3 blocks, and so you're not going to miss anything if you go 3 blocks. But there's that like slim, small chance that there might be like 1 diamond or something hidden in between the 3 block area in that middle block that you're never going to see. And I just don't want to take that risk. And it doesn't take that much work to do, you know, 2 blocks over versus 3, and so that's the way that I choose to mine. And so basically we just mine forward as far as we can go, as far as our axe, or our pickaxe rather, as far as the durability of that pickaxe holds up, and as far as we can keep going as far as torches go. Because if we run out of torches, then it's not, you know, not really going to do us any good to keep mining. We need to be able to see. So I always load up on torches. I get at least 4 stacks of torches when I go out branch mining, and we just get whatever we can get. And I really miss having shulker boxes, and I really need to get an ender chest because my inventory fills up rather quickly with stone and andesite and diorite and all of that stuff. And I end up throwing a lot of it away and just letting it despawn so I can make more room for the ores and stuff, which is okay because there's loads of the stuff. We're never going to run out. We're always going to be able to find more, but I hate doing that because I feel like I'm wasting materials and wasting the durability of my pickaxe, for that matter, by, you know, mining stuff and then throwing it away. So hopefully we can get an ender chest or some shulker boxes sometime in the near future. I would love that. That would be amazing. So we're going to mine forward a little bit, and if we find anything interesting, I'll show you what we've got. Otherwise, I'll just show you what we get at the end of our mining trip. Well, looky here. We're only a couple minutes into our mining session, and we've already found a diamond ore. And there's 2, there's 3, there's 4. How many are we going to find? Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, let's get that that gravel out of the way. Light down the path there. Oop, I saw another one back there. All right, there's 4 ore, and it looks like there's 6. Oh, there's 7. There's 7 diamond ore. That is about the most you can find in any particular vein of diamonds. Normally, I think it's around 3 to 4, sometimes 5. But I think the most you can get is 8. And I've only found 8 diamonds in one grouping together a few times. And when you do, you hit the jackpot and you get real excited. 7 is pretty close. That is not bad to start out with. All right, let's keep going, and I'll come back to you if we find anything else. Well, we've run into a bit of an abandoned mine shaft here, and we're just going to take a look around for a minute to see if there's anything of interest. There's some iron, so let's go ahead and pick that up. Now, I know there's a lot of, like, mine carts with chests usually in these abandoned mine shafts, but the loot sometimes just have to see what's there. So let's see if we can find any of those. Yep, I knew I saw one down here, so let's go ahead and see what's in there. Whoops, we didn't mean to break that, but doesn't look like anything too valuable. Some rails, some iron, some seeds. We'll toss some of the stone here so we can pick up a few things. But let's see if there's any more around. Oh, hello, zombies. Let's take care of you real quick. And there we go. And there we go. So nice having a diamond sword with enchantments. Oh, I broke it again. Nope. Nothing really interesting there. Golden apple. We'll keep that. That's nice to have. But there's not a whole lot of stuff. And that's all going to sink through that spider web. So I'm going to do a little bit more exploring through here, and if we find anything, we'll come back again, but if it's more dud chests like that, we'll just call it a day, and I'll come back and show you what we've got from our mining trip. I'll be right back. Alright, so not a bad haul of ores for today. It's not a ton. It's not the most I've ever had, but we didn't do that long of a mining session. But we've also got a couple stacks of iron ore, and we got some gold ore, and we'll actually go smelt that up real quick. And while that's smelting, I'll use my Fortune 3 pick on our stack of ore there, and I'll show you what we've got in just a second. Alright, not too bad. Are you ready to see what we've got from our mining trip? Here it is. We've got 11 diamonds right there, and then we got a little over 2.5 stacks of coal, 2.5 stacks of redstone, 2 full stacks of iron, and 25 gold. That is not bad for a relatively short mining session. And what I'm going to go ahead and do now is I'm going to place all of these ores, as much of them as I can anyway, into block form. That just conserves a lot of space in our chests when we go to store them, and we can always put them back in ore form later when we're ready to do so. For instance, our diamonds, if we need to build another, or craft another rather, diamond tool, or if we need to repair a tool that we've got, then we can just, you know, turn it back from block form into ore form. So that's what I normally do, just to conserve some space in the chest, and I would suggest that you guys do that too. That's just my opinion. Well, that's it for today, guys. We are all done, and we're back over here at DrJimJim's house, and just admiring our little prank here. I hope he enjoys it. I hope he gets a lot of use out of those logs and leaves if he decides to shear them, or he might let them despawn. Either way is fine. Doesn't matter to me. It's all his now. He can do whatever he wants with this after he has a little bit of a shock moment seeing what has overtaken his house. Anyway, DrJimJim, hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you guys enjoyed that too. Let me know what you thought about this episode. It's a little bit different than what we normally do. We haven't really pranked anybody before, so that's something new for our channel. If you liked it, let me know in the comments section, and let me know even what you didn't like or what you'd like to see in the future. And if you really enjoyed this episode and other content that I've got on my channel, be sure to check out my Patreon. I've got a lot of really great rewards that you guys could benefit from just by contributing to the channel if you decide to do that. So I think I'm going to wrap this up now. I really appreciate you watching. Stay tuned. I've got a lot more great content coming on this series, and I've got a lot of great content coming up on my single-player series. When that reboots, it's going to be called Reverb Outpost. If you haven't seen the trailer, go check that out right now. It's just a minute long, so it won't take too much of your time, but that's going to be coming out right as soon as 1.2, the Better Together update, releases for the consoles and pockets and all of the different editions that Better Together is coming out for. So stay tuned, wait for that, and I hope you enjoy what I've got coming out soon on my channel. But for now, my name is BluJay, and I've got to fly on out of here. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.